the East Coast.
Follow me, Cat. Follow me.
Hey, what?
What are you doing on here? You're gonna talk.
Let me talk to you. Can you turn off the music?
Yeah.
How do we save America?
Are you fucking for real?
Yeah,
You're not like the for real guy though.
I am.
Nah, there's no way.
I promise, wallahi, I'm real.
No, none of that wallahi bullshit. You don't see this? We don't
I
fuck
see
with
it. Wallahi, I'm
brother.
real. You're on stream right now. Quick, how do we save
brother,
How do we save America?
We stop immigration, brother.
Immigration? What's causing the immigration?
You know exactly who's causing the immigration.
No, tell me.
You know the Jews, brother.
Okay, so how do we?
Who celebrated when fucking I don't know the number when they fucking invaded Spain, Israel.
The Israelis.
They fucking celebrated fucking globally. They had no shame about it. They're not hiding it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're being very upfront about what they're doing. The reason I ask you is that some white supremacists, they get mad at Muslims, even though Muslims are 1.3% of the American population. And it's like, all right, don't get mad at the results of the actions. Get mad at the people that are bringing the immigrants in. And so I could see that the anger gets misdirected.
But I'm not like a fascist white supremacist. Like all the Nazi aside, like I don't believe in fascism. I believe in anarchism. But I don't think you can have anarchism with multiculturalism.
So who's going to run the country?
We don't need anyone to run the country if it's a country of one fucking specific people. We'll run ourselves. We'll have if the coalition is of like mind and beliefs, you don't need someone to run it. The problem is with multicultural, all this
multiculturalism. I understand what you're saying, but it's never. I mean, if we're being realistic, it's never going to happen. There's like
because it doesn't work large scale.
But there's like 40% minorities in America, and the immigration's continuing. It's never going to be a white ethno state. So what's the point of saying that? It's never going to happen.
It's too large. You need to.
So then what's the point of like believing in that? Saying that if it's like we both know it's never going to happen.
Well, it's magical Christmas land, yeah, but like it's a perfect world, right? Like if we could live in if you could have your own Muslim sanctuary and we could have our own white sanctuary, we'd both be happy, right?
Well, Muslim is not an ethnicity. There's a lot of white Muslims in Bosnia, Albania. Bosnia is a far whiter country than America. I'm saying, like, if you care about America and the white race, why not put that energy to where it matters, right? Like, just try to get Israel out of control. Let's try to get AIPAC out of America. It's never going to be a white ethno state. It's not going to happen.
Here's the problem with that, right? And like, I'm not trying to sound like an extremist, but you can't vote the problem out.
So what do you want a revolution?
I'm not saying that. I know it's a fed question, but what hypothetically, what could the solution be? Hypothetically, like a revolution is what you would need, because like you can't vote what we have out. People misguidedly voted for Trump thinking they were going to get some sort of change.
Yeah.
What's changed?
But there's not going to be there's no chance at a revolution realistically with flock cameras everywhere, with ICE agents being deployed into Minnesota, California. If there was no revolution for the Epstein files, there was no revolution for the Epstein files. How are we going to revolt against the government? It's not possible.
I agree with you, and they have us exactly where they want us.
So
you don't have a large enough if hypothetically, if a large enough percentage of the population believe that, it would be very scary for the government. But they don't.
The last time there was a revolution on that scale was January 6th. And then all these people became feds.
That wasn't a fucking revolution.
That was the closest thing that we've had in recent history to it.
But the government has us so Jim Crowed, like it has like right against left.
Yeah,
fucking
true.
Internal fighting against within the like liberals, they internally fight.
Yeah.
The conservatives internally fight. Everyone fights with each other, so there's no chance of a revolution.
Exactly. We divide and conquer. There's so many different cultures, ideologies. So many of these ideologies were given by the same people who controlled this country to get us fighting over non-issues so that we get distracted and we can't focus on a major change.
And then what do we do?
I think we should direct our energy to where it's effective. right? What's happening right now is we're seeing new politicians get elected that aren't getting funded by AIPAC. If we could direct our energy there, we could be successful. But I mean,
I support the Thomas Masseys. I support the non-AIPAC, but they're so few and far between, and then they get ostracized by those from their own parties.
yeah. Yeah, Trump just posted a hit piece on Massey today calling him low IQ.
He hates them.
He hates Tucker Carlson as well. But these are the people that are probably making the most change for
Tucker Carlson.
I have this one too. I'm not promoting this. This is gross. But I do. That's funny they say that. Is this Tucker? This is Tucker's?
Yeah, Tucker.
Really?
Right?
Oh,
isn't Tucker?
I have no idea. It's gross.
Tucker, I think Tucker and like some Indian dude. It's made in India.
Of course, it's made in India. But why are you a white supremacist?
Because I have pride in my heritage and like my culture.
What's your heritage and culture?
I'm English.
So I'm not trying to be rude by this. Why not go to England?
Like white fucking worse than here. The fucking have you seen it over there? What the fuck they've done?
Yeah, the Brits sold out. They sold the land of Palestine to the Rothschilds and created Israel. It's their fault.
and then they let mass immigration take over their country.
Yeah, I mean, it's the result of all these endless wars. Most immigrants are coming in from Afghanistan, from Syria, from Iraq. It's coming in from nations that have been at war with the West.
And the UK is a far too small country to be letting in any amount of refugees and immigrants like that.
But what is it? I'm always curious with any racial supremacists.
Like, supremacy, like, do I think I'm better than other races? No, like that's. Like,
oh, okay.
That's
you were playing the. I mean,
it's a grift. It's a meme. Like it's
a meme.
Like,
okay, fair. I like that you're honest about it because Erica's like they associate it with Nazism, but it's actually like a German song from World War One. It's not even a Nazi anthem.
I like that Panzer song too, the tank song.
I think I know that one. But okay, so you don't think you're better? Can you explain it?
I like to troll. Like it's no more than that. Like I don't think white people are any different or better. I do think we're different. I think we should have our own spaces. I don't think we're better than anyone. I think everyone should be able to have their own individual spaces.
Yeah, I mean, I see people in America say that, but America has military bases in Saudi Arabia. Saudi is where Mecca Medina is.
I'm an isolationist through and through. I don't think we should have military installations anywhere but here.
Fair, but then what is it about white people that makes you want to only be around whites? What makes white people special in that way?
I don't think it's like not just all white people. I think there's plenty of black people that are cultured and have manners in society. I think there's like plenty of Asians of the such.
You don't like criminals.
Exactly.
Okay. What is it about Muslims you dislike?
I don't like anything like radical Muslims. I dislike. I served, so I was I think like actual Muslims, Afghanistan, Iraq, and I think actual Muslims were very welcoming, very hospitable. They loved us there. They were very welcoming. They brought us into their homes. They would cook for us. They would tell us about their families. They were wonderful people.
So what extremists are you talking about? Did you see any?
Radical jihadists? Yeah, we saw them.
What did they do?
That's not really why we were there. It was very confusing why we were there, and I understand why they might have been upset. I was there guarding oil fields, brother. We were there.
Yeah, that's why that's why the U.S. was there to get oil. They made up all the stuff about extremism and terrorism to make the Americans support it and think of foreign enemies trying to destroy our country.
Muslims as a whole, there's nothing wrong. I don't have anything against them. Like I said, they're very welcoming, hospitable people. But I do think America is a Christian country.
Are you Christian?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it wasn't really founded by. Are you Catholic? Because the founding fathers were like Freemasons, deists.
Yeah, they were not Catholic, and I was born Catholic. I was baptized Catholic, but I have since converted to Orthodox because I don't believe in the Pope. I think the Pope is a false prophet. I think he doesn't carry the word of God like they say he does.
Yeah, I mean, America, they say it has traditionally been a predominantly Christian country, but the founding fathers specified that we have freedom of religion and that it's not a Christian country.
Yeah.
The Treaty of Tripoli, John Adams wrote 1797, America's no way founded on Christianity.
But I still think it's a Christian nation. At this point, we're a Christian. Like
it's a liberal country. It's a liberal. I mean, we pride ourselves in freedom. Freedom allows for capitalism, feminism.
Well, it's freedom to what extent then? So like you said, capitalism's fine, but then feminism is a
No, I'm not saying it's fine. I'm saying freedom is what makes America what it is.
Feminism has women fucking supporting a fucking murderer of her own children.
Exactly.
Right
That's
now.
disgusting. Lindsay Clancy. Also, she's a Catholic white woman, which people don't talk about.
She's fucking white women are a problem. I don't know.
But she's Catholic too, which people, I mean, they don't call her a Christian extremist, but if she was Muslim, they would. And my point is like, what makes America separate, why people serve and why people love this country, defend it, is because of the freedom. They say America has freedom and they're oppressive in Afghanistan, Iran, because they wear hijab. So if it's free, that's also antithetical to Christianity, because, you know, Christians traditionally wore headscarves.
I don't want it. Yeah. I don't want it to be a theocracy. I still think we should have freedom of religion, but I think the core foundations of the country and like our beliefs, like, is more rooted in Christianity than any of the other religions.
Okay. And you said you met like radical jihadists. What did they say? What happened?
Allah Akbar and shot at us. They did like, I didn't interact with them.
They shouted Allahu Akbar.
They scream that and then they shoot like this with their fucking AKs over the rocks.
Allahu Akbar means God is great. I mean, you can imagine if
I'm saying,
imagine if people from Afghanistan invaded America and set up military bases. Wouldn't you do the same? Wouldn't you say Jesus is king and shoot a gun?
Didn't I say I don't disagree with them fighting? Like, but we were shot.
But you're calling them radical extremists. Is it extreme to want to defend your country?
Their beliefs are extreme.
Like what?
Don't you want to like kill all Jews? Isn't that in your?
No.
What didn't I read that somewhere? Like the God will, the trees will say, and the rocks will say, "There's a Jew behind me. Come kill him."
This is end times prophecy, but it's not command. There's no command to kill Jews or kill Christians or kill infidels.
Okay, but that is part of.
No. This is prophecy that there's going to be a war in the end of times.
Where did the prophecy come from? I'm curious.
The prophecy comes from the prophets. The prophets are determining and telling the world what's going to happen at the end of times, at the end of days. But this is not a command for Muslims to kill anybody who's
so it's
not like
this. This is what is more of a foretelling of the future than
exactly. It's prophecy, and that's another example of the propaganda. All right, they want to make it seem that Muslims are extreme, but there's 2 billion Muslims worldwide. It's like if Muslims wanted to kill Jews, like that would be prevalent.
Well, that's why I said I'm curious. Just like when I tried to talk to a Jew, I asked them, "Do you legitimately believe my Jesus is burning in shit in hell? Is that your?"
That's what it says in the Talmud.
That is why, like,
and that's not prophecy. That's their belief. They reject Jesus. Muslims, we believe Jesus is the prophet and Messiah of God.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot more commonalities. It should be Islamo-Christian values rather than Judeo-Christian values in America.
Yes, because you believe in Jesus as
the prophet and Messiah.
A prophet, yeah, and they believe he was a nothing, an outcast, a false god.
No, we don't think he claimed to be God ever. We think,
no. The Jews think he was a false
Messiah because he said they humiliated and said that he claimed to be king of the Jews. They wrote that on the crucifix because he came to fulfill the Jewish law because the Jews weren't practicing the religion properly. And I actually think, like, for white supremacists, they get upset when I say it, but I think Islam could save the white race. Like, Islam is not a racial religion. Many people think it is. It's not. The birth rate's declining for whites. Feminism is taking over. Lindsay Clancy's killing her own children. She's a Catholic white woman. Women raised $1 million for her. The Western values are rotting predominantly white people, and they're addicted to porn. The more men are incels. Islam saves all that. It gets rid of porn. It gets rid of usury. Gets rid of the credit card system.
Porn is a Jewish creation.
Yeah, it's owned. Pornhub's owned by a rabbi.
The creator of porn, like, I forget his name, but he like specifically
Solomon
had quotes,
Friedman,
like against like wanting to destroy Christianity and like as a slight to Christ. Like, porn is meant to be demonic in every aspect. Yeah. Now, so I'll ask you like the most common, I guess, anti-Islamic question is then like, how do you explain Muhammad and Aisha?
Yeah, I mean, this is relevant. That's a good question. I think you sound sincere asking. Like, for example, in the Old Testament, it says Isaac was married to Rebekah at the age of 3. It says the Catholic Church had the age of marriage 12 years old until 1912. The age of marriage in Delaware was 7 years old. So we're of the belief that the age of marriage is after physical maturity and mental maturity. So when you're an adult. And so the age is debated. Some say it's 9, some say is 19. but we believe that she was mature because this is the rule. Like, you're not supposed to marry a child.
Correct.
So mental maturity. And so also the ages there's different maturity back then. It's a different time. And I think one of the best examples to refute that is like when people speak about our prophet this way, is that he had so many detractors. He had many people trying to discredit him, say he's a false prophet. They rejected the religion. No one at the time, there's no written attestation of them using that as an insult or using that against him. This is widely accepted at the time. And you can see that throughout every religion in history.
Well, and ages, we don't know how they because in the Bible, there's, I don't know, people, thousands of years, like the historical and the way they convert to common day, it's a legitimate question, though.
Yeah, some people use the lunar calendar or the solar calendar. But basically, the best thing to understand is that she was mature and she was an adult. Like, this is the most important thing. We're supposed to get married when you're an adult. It's forbidden otherwise. Also, Aisha was one of the number one contributors to Hadith. Hadith is the words of the prophet. So Aisha was able to pioneer education for women, and also it's the mother of the believers. She was extremely smart and extremely intelligent. This allowed for the Islamic Empire to become so successful and allowed women to access education.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a legitimate. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, well, I thought it would have been more of an argument than it was, but it sounds like there's common ground.
Disqualify themselves from marriage.
I've followed your points in your journey, through a lot, and you're not a complete crazy person. So.
Oh, thanks. Do you know Jake Lang? What do you think about him?
Jake Lang's a fucking Jew.
But he's LARPing. Look, even the white supremacist movement in America got subverted by Jews, literally.
He's literal Ashkenazi.
His mom's a Jew, which makes him a Jew. It's a paternal religion. It's not an insult. This is what he is. He is leading and the number one person circulated in the news everywhere.
I mean, he's probably a Fed.
Yeah, he probably got compromised on January 6th, like everyone else that was there storming the Capitol and telling people to go. It seemed like everyone there storming the Capitol had to take a deal to stay out of jail or ratted on people.
Yeah, I'm no fan of his.
What else was it like, before I let you go? What else was it like in your tours in Afghanistan? Where else did you go?
Iraq.
Well, did you change your perspective? I mean, if you enlisted post 9/11, maybe you had a different perspective.
Well, I went in because I had a lot of criminal shit that I was it was marijuana charges, bullshit. But I went in to subvert that. But it was a lot of hype to this war on terror bullshit. And then you really quickly realized that was a load of shit. We're not there fighting terrorism. We're here protecting assets.
Yeah. And, Israel's the real terrorist
and then when
nation.
you find out later, more about 9/11.
Yeah.
It wasn't really so much even Muslim countries as dancing Israelis.
Yeah, thank you. This is what I want more white nationalists. Maybe that's a better way to describe you to understand. It's I'm seeing many people.
I'm definitely a nationalist, not a supremacist.
All right, look, white nationalists, for a couple of years, there was an agreement that okay, Israel's the problem. But recently, so many people have gotten subverted and are directing their outrage towards Muslims. It's Muslims are 1.3% of the American population. The vast majority of immigration is coming in from China, from India, and from the southern Mexican border. Only 8% of the immigrants in America coming in are Muslim, right?
Well, they come in through the Darien Gap. They're flown in from Asia to Colombia and some of those other South American countries, and they come up through the Darien Gap through Mexico.
But have you seen this, this shift where white nationalists are super upset about, Muslims praying in Dearborn? It's very obvious Fed psyop to get the outrage redirect. It's like an Israeli jingling the keys in front of everyone. Look over there. Look over there. It's just a distraction technique.
It is.
Okay. At least you're aware of that.
Yeah. Because there's Muslims, and it's very weird to see the left take the side, the radical left be on the side. It's Muslims don't support you. So it's very confusing, everything that's happening.
Yeah, you're saying all the leftists at the Free Palestine protest. And that's why I think a lot of white nationalists are afraid to say Free Palestine, because they see how many liberals are there and they don't want to seem like a libtard. But they understand that it's a genocide.
I have a very good friend who I won't name for reasons. Her family's from Palestine, so I have firsthand knowledge and witness of the atrocities that are going on over there. And
it's basically for them to do what they're doing and to say like the Holocaust was such a nightmare is a fucking joke, because they're doing the same thing on a scale that no one is going to call them out on, because they're just keeping it local. But it is a complete genocide. It is a complete destruction of a people and a culture, and they want nothing but to destroy the Palestinian people. They want no two-party solution. There's no there. That doesn't work for Israel.
The chief rabbi in Israel just said that Gazans should be wiped, that they're not a real people. They want to take the entire land. They're just openly declaring that it's a genocide and that they're trying to ethnically cleanse the people.
And Israel is a fake made up country after World War II that we gave to the Jews, and Palestine has historical significance in that area. The Palestinian people, yeah.
The irony of not even 100 years, they use the Holocaust to justify bringing the Jews to Israel because it's not safe, and then they literally do the exact things they accuse the Nazis of.
Yeah,
exactly the same thing. All right, sounds like I agree with you way more than I thought I was going to. What's your name?
Yeah, my name's Greg, man.
Great, God bless you. It's nice to talk to you.
Yeah, salam alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam. Oh, what the hell?